Tonight at 5, we're learning new details as investigators continue to search for a motive behind a deadly school shooting in Tennessee.
Plus, why Dane County officials now believe they have enough funds for the county's jail consolidation project.
And why some local residents are still fighting the move to bring F-35 jets to Truax Field this spring. You're watching News 3 Now at 5. We continue our breaking news coverage of a deadly shooting at a private Christian grade school in Nashville, Tennessee.
3 9-year-old students and 3 adults in their 60s were killed during the shooting. Police say the female suspect was in her 20s and was a former student at the school. Investigators say she had detailed maps of the school and gained access to the building through a side entrance. She was also armed with 2 assault-style rifles and a handgun. She was killed during a confrontation with police.
Officers entered the first story of the school, began clearing it. They heard shots coming from the second level. They immediately went to the gunfire. When the officers got to the second level, they saw a shooter, a female, who was firing. The officers engaged her. She was fatally shot by responding police officers.
Officials are looking into possible motives. President Biden offered his condolences and a plea for action this afternoon.
We have to do more to stop gun violence. It's ripping our communities apart, ripping the soul of this nation, ripping at the very soul of the nation. And we have to do more to protect our schools so they aren't turned into prisons. So I call on Congress again to pass my assault weapons ban. It's about time that we begin to make some more progress.
President Biden also commended police and first responders for their quick response.
Madison Mayor Satya Rhodes Conway also commented on the shooting. In a statement, she expressed condolences to everyone affected by the senseless violence and said, quote, "Nobody should live under the specter of violence, especially not our children. I call on leaders nationwide to take action to curb gun violence." As we learn more information about this tragic event, be sure to follow along on our News 3 Now Channel 3000 mobile app. You can download it for free right now in your app store. More information can also be found on our website, channel3000.com. Now to our first warn forecast. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti on the weather patio with more on an upcoming alert day. Gary?
Yeah, you know, it seems like every week we have to have an alert day, right? For a storm at the end of the week. This one will be a little different, though. Let's take a look at the alert day. It is for the potential for severe weather. Temperatures could be up around 60 degrees. The possibility exists for some severe thunderstorms with high winds, hail, heavy rainfall, perhaps even a couple of isolated tornadoes. So the highest threat will be south of Madison in that area. In fact, the Storm Prediction Center has already outlooked most of the central Midwest, including areas from about Portage southward for the potential for severe weather on Friday with the highest threat across northern Illinois. Today, that white you see on the ground, that's the snow that fell Saturday. That narrow band right through south central Wisconsin. North and west of Dane County, almost no snow at all fell, and we had a foot here in Madison, one of our heaviest snowfalls ever in the top 10. Low temperatures this morning because of the snow cover, down to 20 in Madison. Most areas were in the lower to middle 20s. Current temperatures are right around 40 degrees, Madison at 40, although areas to the north where there's no snow on the ground are in the upper 40s to around 50. Across Dane County, though, 39 right now in Edgerton or in McFarland, 41 degrees in Oregon and 44 in Middleton. Look for skies to be partly cloudy this evening. Temperatures dropping off to around freezing by late evening. Later on, I'll take a look at the timing of the severe weather potential as we head toward the end of the week.
All right, Gary, thank you. Developing now, Whitewater police have arrested a woman they believe to be the mother of a newborn who was found dead in a field earlier this month. Officers say the 39-year-old woman is currently being held in the Jefferson County Jail. Further details about the woman's arrest have not been released. Police say the woman may face charges of concealing the death of a child and resisting or obstructing an officer.
Also developing, Dane County officials believe they now have the money to move forward with a much-debated jail consolidation project after getting an updated estimate on the cost. That belief depends on whether or not a resolution that was postponed earlier this year gets the green light by the county board next month. In a memo today, County Executive Joe Parisi said the project will cost about $179 million. In a phone call with News 3 Now, Board Chair Patrick Miles said he is cautiously optimistic that the resolution would get the needed 25 votes at the next board meeting, which is April 20th. 20th.
Candidates vying to become Madison's next mayor will face each other in a debate tonight. Incumbent Mayor Satya Rhodes Conway will face challenger Gloria Reyes 1 week before the April 4th election. News 3 Now and the Cap Times are co-sponsoring the debate. Eric will serve as the moderator, and investigative reporter Naomi Coles will be a panelist. You can watch a live stream of the debate on our website, channel3000.com. It begins at 7 p.m. Again, right here on Channel 3. The debate will air in place of Live at 4 tomorrow at 4 o'clock.
Next week, you will get a direct say in changing state law.
When you head to the polls for the April election, there will be a vote on 2 constitutional referendum questions. Political reporter Will Keneally is here with more on the details. Will?
Well, Susan and Eric, this question comes from a viewer emailing into us asking what exactly is going on with the wording of 2 questions on the April ballot. So let's take a look at these. They both deal with how bail is set in Wisconsin. Now, for background, right now, bail can only be set in Wisconsin to make sure that a defendant returns to court for their trial. But there are other conditions that a judge can set, like no contact orders to prevent witness intimidation or other conditions to prevent serious bodily harm. So let's take a look at this first ballot question here. Changes the standard from serious bodily harm to serious harm. That's this language right here. Now, the legislature in the past week has defined that to include things like mental anguish or property damage. It's not just the bodily sense, but a more general sense of what serious harm means. And again, this applies to those conditions once a defendant is out on bail. Think of this like those no contact orders once a person has already paid their bond. All right, so we're going to go to the next question now. This deals with the cash part of bail. So again, right now, the only thing that a judge can consider when setting the bail amount is making sure that a defendant returns to court. Question 2 here is asking whether you want judges to consider the totality of circumstances. That will be this language right here. So what that means is that thank you. When a judge looks at the past convictions of a person for violent crimes, the need to protect the community from serious harm or witness intimidation, all that can factor into how judges set that dollar amount for bail. Now, that still leaves in making sure that a defendant shows up to trial, of course. So now this invokes the debate over whether we should have cash bail at all. Some on the left say that we should not. But this also puts the issue of crime front and center on the April ballot, which also has the Supreme Court race at the top of that ticket. And some are crediting Republicans for putting this on the ballot with helping drive up conservative turnout next week. Now, you'll also likely see one other referendum on the ballots, or at least one other referendum on the ballot. That will likely be non-binding. These 2 constitutional referendum questions on bail reform are the only 2 binding referendum questions statewide. Now, later tonight, we'll have a full breakdown of all these questions, all these issues up online at channel3000.com.
Will, thank you. And as we near Election Day, 1 school referendum on ballots in Dane County will determine the fate of a nearly $50 million development. Our Catherine Merck met with the superintendent of Deerfield's district to learn how your vote matters when it comes to their planned renovations.
Deerfield's superintendent tells me voting in favor of this referendum would bring lots of improvements to the middle and high school.
It's a really great opportunity for Deerfield.
The referendum would renovate and expand the middle and high school buildings as close as it could with its current budget. There are around 150 middle schoolers and 230 high schoolers in the district. The project would also improve the conditions of undersized classrooms and address full capacity spaces. Superintendent Michelle Jensen says this would not only become a better physical space for students to learn, it would also improve the education the students are getting.
Our classrooms were created in the 1960s and the 1970s. That was a very different, more traditional way of educating students, but we have an opportunity to do that better and do that in spaces, learning spaces that are now more geared towards how we teach kids in the, the 21st century.
The superintendent is urging people to get out there and vote on April 4th. If it goes through, construction will follow, and the project is expected to be completed in the summer of 2026. Reporting in Deerfield, I'm Catherine Merck for News 3 Now.
F-35 jets are scheduled to come to Truax Field in less than 2 months now, but some people in Madison are still trying to stop the process.
Protesters gathered at Truax Field before moving to the governor's office this morning, demanding to speak with him. Andrew Banster was there and joins us now with more on their concerns. Andrew?
Susan and Eric, the group told me they've had enough. Calling themselves Safe Skies and Clean Water, they say they're worried about the future effects the jets could have on both kids and the climate. The group started the day by blocking the entrance to Truax Field and then went to Governor Evers' office to try to speak with him afterwards. Capitol Police threatened to arrest some of them if they didn't leave, and here's part of what they had to say while they were at the governor's door.
I'm trying to block this door so that Governor Evers will realize that we are not going to allow business as usual to go on.
Yeah, we're here, and some of us are going to stay here until we get arrested or whatever, and hopefully we're going to come back day after day and week after week with more and more people.
Now, the group said it was concerned that the jets are bad for the environment in a variety of ways. A 2019 environmental impact report found that jets would have a significant impact on noise on the north side, but did not find any other substantial environmental concerns when it came to air or land quality. Now, we've reached out to the governor's office for a comment and haven't received a response yet, but the Wisconsin Air Guard told News 3 Now in part that they're dedicated to creating a safe and professional environment, not only for their service members, but for the community. At 6, you'll hear more from the group about why they're continuing to push the stop of this project as the jet's arrival is just a few weeks away.
Andrew, thank you. And new at 5, the Dane County Humane Society wants you to keep a sharp eye out for turtles on our roads as the temperatures continue to warm up a bit. Around this time of the year, females start looking for nesting spots to lay their eggs, and that can lead them crossing streets, potentially getting hit by vehicles.
When you do see them, if they're trying to cross the road, ideally just slow down, put your hazards on. If you're able to pull over, do that. That can give other cars the idea to slow down, keep an eye out as well, and makes it safer for those turtles.
And she says always move it in the direction it's going. If you do stop, small turtles can be picked up by the sides of their shells. For larger turtles, snapping turtles, for example, they suggest sliding a car mat under the back of them and dragging them to safety. Never move a turtle by its tail, they say. You could hurt the animal's spine. Coming up, Gary tells us what to expect for that weather alert day later in the week.
Plus, how southern communities are recovering after a deadly severe storm system hit the region. Details on that when we return. Tonight at 6, we'll sit down with investigative reporter Naomi Coles for a preview of tonight's Madison mayor debate.
The mixed results as the week gets underway on Wall Street. The Dow up more than 194 points. The NASDAQ falls 55. S&P adds half dozen. We'll be right back.
After I was robbed and my girlfriend was beat up, Janet Prolisay was the prosecutor that went after those criminals. Those fools were on a violent crime spree. Janet prosecuted them case after case and brought those criminals to justice. I saw her work up close. She's compassionate, she's fair, and she believes in public safety. On the Supreme Court, I know she'll fight for you because she fought for me. Janet cares about us.
Trust your feet to Morgan's shoes.
Why Nout? Why not? Feel the comfort and durability of Nout footwear at Morgan Shoes. Nout shoes and sandals feature full-grain leathers in a multitude of colors. Nout's cork and latex composite insole is designed for daily comfort and support, and they are made to last. You'll enjoy Nout's luxury. Shop Morgan Shoes Hilldale for your next pair.
Morgan Shoes, trusted since 1961.
Morgan Shoes Hilldale.
Monona Plumbing and Fire Protection, a name you can trust when service is a must.
Monona Plumbing and Fire Protection is here 24 hours a day.
7 days a week for all your residential and commercial plumbing services.
From installation, repairs, and maintenance to complete sewer and drain cleaning, we've got you covered.
Visit MononaPFP.com.
Monona Plumbing and Fire Protection, a name you can trust when service is a must.
There are so many things we take for granted, and along with them, sometimes we take the people who depend on them for granted too. How can they survive with record increases in their basic cost of living? And through no fault of their own, they're being left behind. If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our energy and water providers are working together to keep you safely in your home. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
A village in Dane County is asking voters for $50 million next week. We'll take a look at what they do with that money if it passes. Then protesters are again trying to halt Truax Field's transition to F-35 jets. That's tonight at 6.
The candidates for Madison mayor face off. News 3 Now, channel3000.com, and the Cap Times present a debate between Mayor Satya Rhodes Conway and challenger Gloria Reyes.
Watch live streaming Monday at 7 p.m. Replayed Tuesday at 4 on News 3 Now.
After a devastating weekend of extreme weather throughout the South, Georgia communities are now preparing for severe thunderstorms. It comes after tornadoes killed at least 26 people in Mississippi. Mike Helgren has the latest.
Fast rising water and the threat of a dam failure forced evacuations downstream from Heads Creek Reservoir about 45 miles south of Atlanta. Since Sunday, storms have pounded the area and tornadoes touched down in western Georgia, destroying about 30 homes.
The whole house was shaken.
It was the same system that Friday night obliterated communities in western Mississippi. Before and after satellite photos show how much was lost in the town of Rolling Fork.
Believe it or not, this is a bedroom, that also is a bedroom.
Eric Thompson rescued his mother, who rode out the storm in this closet.
She said as soon as she sat down in the closet, it just came and swept through the whole house.
Mississippi is one of the poorest states in the U.S., and this is one of the poorest areas of the state. And that's what makes donation centers like this one so important.
We've had people come all the way from Minnesota and Wisconsin that have just come down, and within 24 hours we're here wanting to say, hey, let me help.
With so much of the town gone, many have nowhere to live or work. But college student Armin Andrews is hopeful.
Do you think there's a future for Rolling Fork?
I do.
He knows rebuilding will take years.
We're not going to let this stop us.
Teams with FEMA say they're working with the governor to find housing solutions and are promising to stay as long as needed. Mike Helgren, CBS News, Rolling Fork, Mississippi.
Well, it's just devastating video, and Chief Meteorologist Gary Canaldi is here now with more on another upcoming alert day in our forecast, Gary.
Every week it seems like we have to have a storm at the end of the week, but this one will be different. We have the potential for severe weather here. This is Friday afternoon, Friday evening. High winds, hail, heavy rainfall, perhaps even a few tornadoes a possibility, with the highest threat being south of Madison. But still, it's kind of unusual to go from a snowstorm one week to the potential for severe weather another week, but that's exactly what we're facing. Taking a look at the longer range computer models, this is the GFS computer model. By early Friday morning, notice the winds howling in out of the south. That will warm us up quickly. In fact, we're looking for high temperatures on Friday around 60 degrees. Temperatures might be in the 70s across northern Illinois. There'll be a large shield of rain lifting northward, but then you can see showers and some thunderstorms developing through the morning, and then a little bit of a break late morning. That could allow at least a little sunshine to work its way through, start warming things up, and then as a cold front sweeps in from the west, you can see that wind shift here. That's when the potential for severe weather will sweep on through. Notice by early Saturday morning, by midnight, the front will already be up toward Green Bay, so that will put an end to the severe weather. The backside of the storm, heavy snow falling through Minnesota and northwestern Wisconsin with a winter storm there. We just catch the tail end of that with the possibility for some rain and snow showers Saturday morning. But what we're looking at is what we call wind shear. Notice the winds at the ground from the south. I overlaid the jet stream. This is at 6 o'clock Friday. So you have winds from the south near the ground, winds from the southwest aloft. As that air rises in the thunderstorms, that causes it to rotate and, again, brings the potential for severe weather. That's why we're looking at the possibility for severe weather Friday afternoon and Friday evening. The Storm Prediction Center Day 5 severe weather outlook already is in place, basically from about Portage southward, with the highest severe weather threat across parts of northern Illinois. Before then, look for a quiet night tonight. Cold, 25 for the low in Middleton, 27 in Mount Vernon across Dane County, and 24 in DeForest. coast with partly cloudy skies. 29 the low in Baraboo and 26 in Wautoma. Then for tomorrow, look for partly sunny skies. Not quite as chilly. High temperature topping out at 46 degrees. But tomorrow night, we have the possibility for a little light snow here. As a weak cold front comes on through, it'll bring a band of snow showers and flurries. This is about midnight tomorrow night. Notice that as it comes on through 4 a.m., that band of snow showers coming through pretty quickly. By morning, 8 a.m., most of the snow showers down into northern Illinois, and then skies actually clearing out by noon. As far as snowfall is concerned, less than an inch in most areas, but we could see a dusting over much of southern Wisconsin. Then as we take a look at that first warn 7 to 10 day forecast, again, 36 for a high on Wednesday after the snow clears out, up to 46 Thursday with rain, then thunderstorms Thursday night into Friday. Friday's high at 60 with that severe weather threat and the alert day. Mix of rain and snow late Friday night into Saturday morning. Sunday, we jump right back up into the mid-50s. Mid-50s on Monday, some rain showers and windy on Tuesday, and perhaps another storm system with the potential for thunderstorms on Wednesday of next week. At least temperatures will be warm enough for precipitation in the form of rain and not snow around here. As we take a look at first warn traffic, well, across the Beltline, there's the view at the Harrow River, and the Beltline moving pretty steadily. Traffic is moderately heavy. Not seeing any reds or yellows on there. Just a little bit of a slowdown when the flex lanes end at Stoughton Road. About a 14-minute trip either way on the Beltline between University Avenue and the interstate. 17 minutes from Sun Prairie on into downtown. Heading outbound, 24 minutes from the Beltline to Janesville on I-3990. A quick 16 minutes Middleton to Sauk City on US 12. And downtown to Sun Prairie on East Washington Avenue and US 151. Also a quick 16 minutes. That's your News 3 Now First Warn traffic.
Gary, thank you. It is a day many in the Oregon community have been waiting for years. The Village now has its very own Culver's restaurant. The community celebrated the restaurant's grand opening today. Before today, residents had to drive to either Madison or over to Stoughton to get their Butterburger fix. Craig Culver credited the man he called Mayor Randy, that would be Village President Randy Glish, with being one of the biggest reasons for the chain to come to the Village. Next at 5, Taylor Swift fans have their day in court. What they're hoping a lawsuit against Ticketmaster will bring. That's next at 5.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
It's time to march into deer season. Get your John Deere 1025R with a 120R loader for just $195 per month. Get a John Deere now. And
power up at Sloan's.
Think Sloan's first.
On abortion rights, do you want extremist Dan Kelly holding the gavel? Kelly wants abortion banned even in cases of rape, incest, and the health of the mother. He'll uphold the 1849 criminal abortion law that allows doctors and nurses to be jailed for performing abortions. And he'll strip women of their freedom to make their own decision on abortion. So don't give Dan Kelly a gavel with your vote. He's just too extreme.
You've got this. 10 days, 2 kids, and the open road. Tourist traps? Set. Souvenir allowances? Dispersed. Juice boxes? Abundant. You've got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you, with access to over 30,000 surcharge-free ATMs. So when must-see attractions become must-pay with cash adventures, we've got you.
Mom, why is the front door open?
You've got this with Associated Bank.
Make a move in the most electrifying Honda vehicles yet. Like the CR-V and Accord, with available hybrid powertrains designed for more responsive performance and more advanced tech. When you drive a Honda, you're driving with the 2022 Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com Best Value brand. Get moving and find the Honda for you. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Get 11% off everything at Menards. Update your home with quality paints from Pittsburgh Paint. Ultra features paint and primer in one and provides a durable finish. A gallon is only $19.29 after rebate. Looking for a true one-coat paint that provides the most advanced protection and is superior to all other paints? Look no further and get a gallon of Paramount on sale for $39.95 after 11% rebate at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Do you suffer with pain, numbness, and tingling in the hands or feet, commonly diagnosed as peripheral neuropathy? Are you taking drugs such as Lyrica or gabapentin that have serious side effects and often do not relieve your symptoms? Your doctor has told you you may just have to live with the pain. Peripheral neuropathy is a result of damage to the nerves, often causing burning, weakness, pain, numbness, tingling, and the most debilitating balance problems. Our facility uses multiple therapeutic methods to help give you relief from neuropathy symptoms with no injections and no drugs. You may start seeing relief after only a few sessions. To determine if your neuropathy symptoms can be relieved, we will do a consultation to evaluate the extent of your condition. Call us today to schedule your neuropathy consultation to find out if you're a candidate for our therapy. Call today.
It's time to march into deer season. Get your John Deere Gator utility vehicle with 0% for 36 months and no money down. Get a John Deere Gator now and
power up at Sloan's.
Think Sloan's first.
Welcome back. Taylor Swift fans headed to federal court today to sue Ticketmaster after they were shut out in their attempt to get tickets for Swift's current Eras tour.
Danya Backus has the latest now from the courthouse in Los Angeles.
There's bad blood between Taylor Swift fans and Ticketmaster. More than 300 of the superstar's fans, called Swifties, are suing the ticket giant and its parent company Live Nation for fraud, misrepresentation, and antitrust violations after they were unable to purchase tickets for Swift's Eras tour.
It shouldn't be a privileged thing to go see your favorite musician in concert.
In November, fans waited for hours online when tickets went on sale for the tour. Many in the queue were shut out before the website crashed. Ticketmaster then suspended sales due to high demand and insufficient inventory. Ticketmaster apologized to Swift fans. It said 14 million people, including bots, were trying to access the site at the same time. Jennifer Kinder represents the plaintiffs.
They tried hard and followed all the rules to try to purchase a ticket, and in most cases were unable to purchase a ticket, or if they did, they paid such an exorbitant price.
Ticketmaster commands about 70% of the market for concert ticketing and live events. The fans admit this court action isn't just about Taylor Swift. They're hoping for a ruling that better protects all concert goers.
It's about being fair to the average American consumer, and we have a right to consume responsibly, and we can't do that under the oppressive and predatory business practices of Ticketmaster and Live Nation.
The lawsuit seeks $2,500 per alleged violation from Ticketmaster. It comes as the Department of Justice has already launched an investigation into the company. Danya Backus, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Just last week, a Montreal law firm brought a class action lawsuit against Ticketmaster,
alleging excessive prices that was connected to Drake's tour. And we're back with a final check of your First One forecast in just a moment.
It's a brand new day.
Don't let junk get in the way.
All you have to do is point. And you'll be back to your old self again. Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK
or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
After I was robbed and my girlfriend was beat up, Janet Prolisay was the prosecutor that went after those criminals. Those fools were on a violent crime spree. Janet prosecuted them case after case and brought those criminals to justice. I saw her work up close. She's compassionate, she's fair, and she believes in public safety. On the Supreme Court, I know she'll fight for you because she fought for me. Janet cares about us.
Create your perfect room for entertaining, relaxing, and more with patio enclosures. Right now, get 25% off your sunroom. Plus, enjoy exceptional financing. Call today.
Patio enclosures. Like, yeah, we so amazing.
The
stylish Chevy Equinox RS and Chevy Blazer RS.
So captivating.
You don't have to be an influencer to be an influencer.
The crowd go crazy.
The RS family of Chevy SUVs, definitely worth a follow. Well-qualified buyers get 2.9% financing on all 2023 Equinox models, or get $1,000 cash allowance on all 2023 Equinox models. Plus, current Chevy owners get an additional $750 cash allowance.
With Dad's arthritis, he struggles with housework and bathing, so I called a Grace. Yes, a Grace. With their age-at-home service, Dad gets the help he needs to stay independent at home.
A Grace, caring every step of the way.
Family-owned Brothers Maine knows choosing appliances for a remodel or new build can be exciting and overwhelming. Our experienced staff has experienced it all as we've guided thousands of area families through appliance selection. Brothers Maine has a larger inventory and low-price deals that consistently beat competitors, including Big Box. You heard me, Big Box can't beat our prices. From sales to install, Brothers Maine does it all. Feel great about your purchases and feel like family at Brothers Maine.
You already know Dan Kelly worked for a radical anti-abortion group, and on the court could uphold Wisconsin's 1849 abortion ban with no exceptions for rape or incest. Here's what you didn't know. Kelly opposed background checks on all gun sales and even wrote the court decision making it easier for dangerous people to carry guns in public, banning abortion, putting our communities at risk. Dan Kelly is too extreme for our Supreme Court.
It's a brand new day.
Don't let junk get in the way. All you have to do is point.
And you'll be back to your old self again.
Yeah!
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
Or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
Gary's back. Final check of the forecast.
Looks pretty nice out there right now. You can see the live view from the WISC-TV Skycam. We've got snow on the ground here, but take a look at the Platteville Quimby Radio Skycam. No snow on the ground there. They were the have-nots from the weekend storm. Current temperatures over the snow cover, Madison at 40. Notice out to the west, Lone Rock 53, 50 at the Baraboo Dells Airport here in Dane County. Most areas are in the lower 40s because we did get snow cover. 41 right now in Deerfield, 43 degrees in Cross Plains.
CBS Evening News is coming your way next, and we're back in 30 minutes for News 3 now at 6. Have a good evening.